Good evening, and welcome to another edition of our ongoing semi-regular podcast called How to Survive a Podcast. This tells you everything that you need to know about podcasting and how to be a good guest, what to do to be a good guest, what to do to not be kicked off, and general things like that. And as always, on all of our podcasts, we bring this to you for the level of 5. Like, comment, subscribe, notify, share. Those 5 things together will help push out the YouTube algorithm to engage more people, put more eyeballs on our channel, and hopefully give you something else to think about. This episode will deal with the do's and don'ts, or more to the point, how to be invited back. Now, we're going to be going back and forth between this one and our previous podcast, which is Podcast Etiquette, just to set the stage for you guys. And we're gonna go pretty deep into it, and then we'll see where we go from there. And for this podcast, I want you guys in the comment section below, any questions you may have, any thoughts, any concerns, any ideas, please feel free to enter them there. Because what we want to do ultimately is get like 2 to 3 guests, and using the strategies that we have enabled, see if we can make them better podcast hosts, better podcast guests, and most importantly, to make sure they get invited back. And now, on with the program. This is a point of contention that a lot of people have with the podcast. But before we do that, let's once again go through the basics. Whether it's a passion, a project, or a business, podcasting is a business in this day and age. Gone are the days where you just got on here and did whatever you wanted to do, and chips fall where they may. It can be and is a lucrative business. And anybody entering this space now is doing so with the ultimate goal of turning a profit. And to turn a profit means that you're going to treat this like a business. And there are rules of engagement in podcasting. The overarching theme and the whole spear is simply make sure you get invited back. Now, I will say that for the most part, getting on a podcast and by extension getting invited back is gratis. There is normally little to no compensation for the guests that appear on a podcast. And I already hear some of you saying, that's not fair. They make all that money. Why can't they share? Well, there are 2 points of contention with that. The first point of contention is that who said they're making money? And by extension, money that is made more than likely will go back into the podcast, so that there won't be any huge monetary gains until you start really revenuing the stream, getting subscribers, getting your chats and stuff like that going up, and ultimately attracting sponsors. Once that occurs, then you can think about compensating your guests and things, because you'll have the money to do so. Up to that point, you don't want to. It's not good business sense. It's not a good look. So the first thing is why okay, the first instance as to why they can't pay you is from a business standpoint. The second one ties neatly into the first one is that in that the more you get invited back, the bigger your standing, the greater your stature, and the more chances you have of monetizing your ventures in the future. So it's not a zero-sum game. It's not that you don't get anything, because you can, and more than that, and I've seen people that do. It's just that podcasting, as I said before, and will say again and again and again if necessary, podcasting is a business. And the object of any business, especially a for-profit business, is to make profit. With that being said, they employ many ways of making profit. Some of the ways that podcasters make profits is detrimental to the guest. Entertainment is a double-edged sword. And you've seen it on many of your favorite podcasting. You see it on Fresh and Fit, Just Pearly Things, MTR, The Lead Attorney, Anton Daniels Show, all those, and countless others. Entertainment will drive your ratings, will increase your eyeballs, and will ultimately explode your viewership. That's the good part of it. The bad part is that most guests, well, I won't say most, quite a few guests don't know the difference between entertainment and annoyance. Annoyance happens when you're on a podcast and you're talking and you begin to do things that are detrimental to the overall performance of the podcast. Now, what I'm doing right now is I'm looking for examples of this phenomenon. Okay.
Society won't take you seriously. There's
The first episode we're going to come up with is a Fresh and Fit podcast entitled "Do Women Over-Sexualize Themselves for Marriage?" This is going to be cause and effect, or better yet, actions and consequences. Let's get over to it. Okay, we're here. Let's start the video, and I'm going to adjust it as to where it's needed. Actually, I think this might be a bit much. Wait a minute. Okay. Pay close attention to the girl that's going to be to the right of your screen, the second up from Fresh. She will receive the castle treatment.
What the?
What?
Bro, he said he
2K. Hold on. 2K and money or 2K the game? Please tell me it was the game.
No, he means money, bro.
Bruh.
Okay, I don't know
2K?
what happened there, but
Ball, put F in the chat.
Nah,
guys.
bro. Tell us
F
what
in the
happened, bro.
chat.
yeah, go ahead and
Tell
let
us
us
what
know
happened, bro.
what
Let's
happened
what happened there, bro. That's
okay,
crazy.
Luis Escobar, $5. Hey, Fresh and Fit, great show last night. My friend lost his job over false accusations. Very empowering to see you holding people to facts and truths. No grape zone. Hey, it is what it is.
Yep.
Icon, $2. Don DeMarco for Fresh and Fit for the last episode, man. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. It
That
was
was wild,
extremely
man.
frustrating, bro. But like I said, I know a lot of you guys wanted me to kick them off the show. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let them make their claims, say what they want to say, even if they're going to, make erroneous claims. It is what it is. You guys need to see it with your own two eyes, man. This is what.
Okay, there, Myron's talking about, they were asking him that why didn't he kick people off the show yesterday, and he explained that that's not his thing. And all in all, that is a podcaster's most feared yet least weapon of last resort. Because you got to remember, podcasting is entertainment. Spirited debate is entertainment. But when serious debate becomes an annoyance, when it becomes over talking, when it becomes interjecting, when it turns south, that's when a host may have no other recourse than to ask you to remove yourself from the podcast. Or, if you refuse to move, you may be escorted out. Let's get back to the video.
What it is. We got Caleb Lally all the way from New Zealand, $10. You guys are showing men all around the world what type of women to avoid, especially the blonde feminazi with pretty privilege from last night. Big ups for it. Yeah, if you guys noticed, she made a bunch of comments about how men are trash or whatever. So no one checks her on being a misandrist, but they're so quick to say, "Oh, you're using facts to make your arguments. You're a misogynist," and it's like, okay, whatever.
Side note, and this will be on a future podcast as well. No one bats an eye when the topic is misandry. Misandry is the hatred, dislike, and or contempt for men. Nobody bats an eye. You can do that all day long. On the other foot, when you're a misogynist, which is the hatred, disdain, or dislike of women, oh no, you can't do that. No. We're not having that. You can't make this stuff up.
Chris, King Chris, $20. You guys support Fresh and Fit. Like, comment, and subscribe. Sub to the Fresh and Fit Clips channel and Fresh Prince CEO vlog channel for behind-the-scenes raw footage. Get him 50K by December 2021, and congrats on 400K. Thank you guys so much for the support.
Hey, Chris, shout out to you, man.
Shout out to you, brother.
Black Wolf Inc. $10. Myron, my brother, you did your thing yesterday. I can't believe how delusional and messed up most females are towards men, but that's why platforms like yours is growing by the thousands daily. Bro, yeah, we gained 100,000 subscribers the last month, man.
Yeah.
So clearly, a lot of guys understand where we're coming from, and we'll be the voice for you guys. Don't worry about it.
What he's saying there, for those who either cannot or will not follow what he's saying, is platforms like Fresh and Fit, like JustPearlyThings, like MTR, those platforms are exploiting simply because it provides a voice to the voiceless. Up to about a couple years ago, you didn't hear much of this. This became a thing because men started saying, what are we doing wrong? And more importantly, why is it that when we have something to say, it's being ignored? And platforms like this rose from the need of men to be needed, to feel like someone is actually hearing them. One of the reasons why Fresh and Fit is as popular as it is because of the two dynamic hosts, Myron Gaines, who's fit, and Walter, who's fresh. Fresh likes to be more tactful in the things that he says. He'll say things like, I hear what you're saying. We're just saying this. We're just saying that. I hear what you're saying. We're just saying this. Myron, on the other hand, is blunt. No, this is what the fuck it is. You don't have to like it. It is what it is. And the two together make a very, very good team because they're both the same sides, different sides of the same coin. And they're not even know that much difference because they agreed in what they say. They're just going about it a little bit differently. One's dangling a carrot, the other one is wielding a stick. And through one way or another, the message is going to get heard. Now, what you do with the message is totally up to you. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to go forward. Okay. We're going to stop here and we're going to listen to the video, watch the interactions, and then we'll talk about what happened.
Yo, you're done, bro. You're done. Kick her off.
No,
Like,
what the fuck?
nah, you're done, bro. You're done. What? Like, what? Like, this chick is crazy, bro. All right, yeah, you out, man. Oh God. All right. Fresh, you continue the show.
Oh man.
We'll remove her.
Okay.
It's
So-
cool.
No, it's not.
When
You done,
fun,
bro.
like funny,
Nah, you
someone
done.
like be in the vibe and shit. Y'all be like, okay, girl,
Miss,
I'm like,
can you
it's
take your
cool
purse,
and
though?
shit,
Your
like,
purse?
Okay,
yeah,
so we're gonna
you wanna
continue.
share off the purse.
One thing
No,
that
take
you
it.
did wrong,
For real,
he did
for
wrong in
real.
your last relationship.
It's like, honestly, I don't
But-
even know y'all why y'all hyping that shit up. Like, that
Okay.
shit's super fucking normal. I don't know why y'all hyping that shit up. Like,
All right.
Pompano, shout out to Pompano in the building. Opalaka, Chris. Pompano, Opalaka.
Howard.
Okay, so one thing you did wrong.
I think one did. I know everything.
Wait, hold on. You know what? Let's just okay. Let's
Okay.
commentate.
Can you spot what went wrong in that exchange? Several rules of etiquette for a podcast were broken. The most obvious and glaring of them was she wasn't paying attention. She was falling asleep. She was dozing off. Granted, it's late. Granted, the girls have been through a whole day doing whatever it is that they do. That doesn't excuse the fact that they volunteered to come on the show. And in return, one of the few rules that they ask for is to be attentive. Be attentive, be mindful of the guests, don't overtalk. And she was not attentive. So she was asked to leave. And she wasn't, and it wasn't an F-bomb. He simply said, okay, you can go now, you can leave. You get out, you can go now. Now, the next thing she did wrong was she showed her ass. When it gets to a point where your value is no longer needed for a podcast, and the host asks you to leave, you pick up your stuff, you thank him for allowing you on the show, and you leave. That's it. That literally is all she wrote. This way, you're saving face, and you're opening up the possibility of them saying, okay, well, maybe he learned something. We'll let him on a future show. And that's predicated on a sincere apology. Listen, I know I was falling asleep. I apologize for that. I'm really sorry. In the future, could you let me on the show, and I'll make sure that doesn't happen again. And that's something that a lot of girls just won't do. And I'll go and I'll say hood girls, because they're the most entertaining and simultaneously annoying people that you could possibly have on a podcast. It's all fun and games, so somebody gets dissed on over the air live. Now, I will say that Myron has a pretty thick skin. It takes a lot to finally get him to say, okay, it's time to go. And if you watched the show in its infancy, in its early days, he was hot-headed. He was quick to get him out. Out, you're right, this is out, you're out. He learned to mellow out. To the point now where it's like he'll tell you he doesn't like to ask you to leave. He'll give you chances, but at the end of the day, the flow of the show must go on, and if you are counter to that flow, you must leave. So she had to go. And what is out of her mouth? You didn't blah, 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 blah. He didn't ask you that. And from the moment he told you to leave the show, your voice is now irrelevant. You're bringing nothing to the show. So leave. Just leave. There's no need to be spicy. There's no need to be salty. There's no need to get the last word out. Just go. Just go. Okay. That podcast, Do Women Over-Sexualize Themselves for Marriage, say that 3 guests got kicked off the podcast. I saw one. I didn't see where the other 2 are. But they also fall along the same path. Now, this podcast will deal with the pros and cons of getting kicked off. The pros is instant clout. I was on Fresh and Fit. I was on JustPearlyThings. I was on MTR. I was on Lead Attorney. I was on this, that, and third, and I got kicked off. IG tomorrow's gonna blow up. I got my 15 minutes of fame. Maybe you did. But from a business... Hold on. Okay, had to close the door, so the dog started barking. Made me jump. Anyways, where was I? Oh, you can say that the pros and cons for being asked to leave. Let's be nice about it. You've been asked to leave. And the pros is that you get 15% free. The cons is that this. You're being shown in a negative light. Your clips about you being kicked off will go viral because, say it with me again, podcasting is entertainment. And what's more entertaining than watch somebody being escorted off the premises? Whether they're asked to leave, or in the case of Fresh and Fit, security's called and they're forced to leave. So you incented, so you left, and the most detrimental for you, yet most positive aspect for a podcaster is simply they made money off you. And that's why I can't understand why people show their asses all the time. The podcaster is going to make money whether you behave or not. And they're banking on the fact that at some point you are going to misbehave. There's a reason why they bring the 304s, the hood rats, the thots, the ratchet women on these podcasts. Because due to their very nature, masculine, they're disagreeable, they're assertive, they're dominant, all those wonderful male traits that we've known to grow and love make them prime candidates for Frank Castle. Side note, Frank Castle is the name of the Marvel Comics fictional character, the Punisher. And in comic book lore, the Punisher punishes his victims by deleting them. Podcasters don't delete their opponents. At least not in the sense that they get killed. There isn't a hail of gunfire. There isn't bodies laying over the floor. No. They delete your character. They delete you from their show. When they ask you to leave, all traces of you are gone. You may have had your IG blown up. You may have had your brand promoted. Not anymore. Not anymore. So they get money, whether they're there or not. And they're incentivized to get you off simply because if they blow you, if they ask you to leave their platform, their viewership goes through the roof. They get monetized for it from YouTube. They attract sponsors. They get paid. So it's in their best interest to find people that are suitable candidates for removal. That's something that most podcasters won't tell you. And I'm giving you game simply because in order to be a good host, or better yet, a good guest, you got to know what they look for, and you got to know how to conduct yourself when the opportunity presents itself for you to be featured on a podcast. If they're looking at it like a business, so should you. Your main objective in surviving the podcast is twofold. To have a good an entertaining experience during the show and leave it with the expectation of you being called back to return for future episodes. Because remember, the more you're shown on it, the more positive you are, the bigger your viewership gets, the more people gravitate to you. And you can wind up hosting your own podcast. All from being a good guest. So that should be your end goal. That should be your outcome. To ultimately get asked to do your own show. Moving on, we are now going to look for another show. Let's see. No, not that one. Okay. Okay. This is another Fresh and Fit episode.
Whether he does it covertly by not telling you the truth about what he wants,
Which is Ratchet Bimbo kicked off the podcast again. We're going to watch this video, see what she does wrong, and we'll comment on it and discuss it.
or he does it overtly and says, I'm going to fuck him as many bitches as I want, you got to tolerate it, they're going to still exercise those options once they get to a certain point. So I just say, I think monogamy for a guy that built himself up is stupid because you're going to want to cheat on your girl anyway. Do what you want to do. Fuck what society thinks.
My pussy too good to get cheated
Are
on,
you in
okay?
do you have a
Delusion.
girlfriend?
Huh?
It's
Like, do you-
great.
We've just started, and already the girl to the left of Myron. My pussy's too good. My pussy's too good. Now, the first thing she did wrong was believe her own hype. That's the first thing she did wrong. What do I mean by that? I mean, she bought into the lie that some simp told her, thinking he was going to get the box. Oh, it's the bomb. You're the bomb. Oh, you're the best thing I've ever seen before. Oh, you're so good. This, blah, 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 blah. And it's what she wanted to hear, so she bought into it. Because again, it's what she wanted to hear. That's the first thing she did wrong. Let's continue.
Have you
Type,
cheated
baby.
on a girl before?
I'm honest about it. So like,
So you haven't cheated because you tell her,
they
and
know.
she stays.
They know what it is. Yeah.
That's just your
Okay.
lifestyle.
They know what it is.
pretty
So, but
much.
is that a talking stage or is that a girlfriend that stays?
I mean, they just stay.
What?
There's certain things that women will tolerate from men
If you
depending on the guy.
Oh, if you tell the truth for me.
So we're not saying to lie to your girl. We're saying, yo, this is what it is. This is who I am. Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying.
That's fine.
There, right there is the interpersonal dynamics of Fresh and Fit up close and personal. Myron was blunt. This is what it is. They already know. Do I cheat? They already know the time. Fresh then says, what we're saying is you go to the girl, you tell her this is what the deal is, and let her deal with it. They said the same thing. One just said it more palatable than the other one. You could take that one a little bit better. Let's go back on and listen to some more of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
basically, girls
So
that
go-
will like.
go
No,
ahead.
I wanted to ask
you.
you, what is the fulfillment that you actually feel, or what is it? I'm
Okay. Notice that Miss Stott down here in the corner looks like she's dozed off. Let's see how it plays out.
trying to understand the
Oh.
psychology behind it a little bit more.
No, great question. I always say fulfillment for a man comes from what you create, not from women.
No,
So,
I
like-
meant the fulfillment, you sleeping more than one woman when you have a girlfriend or a wife or whatever that might be. Like as a male.
That's
you know?
recreational. That's like just for fun. But the real fulfillment for a man comes from what they create.
But don't you think the more they sleep with, the more people they sleep with, the less intimate they actually become, because the intimacy. That's why they're going to different people, right?
No,
because lack of intimacy.
No, so for women, that's how women look at sex. For men, it's just like it's a release. It's like taking. I always say like sex for men is like taking a piss.
But intimacy doesn't have to always be sexual, right? It can always be me and you meditating. That can also be very intimate. So I'm saying, do you think men seek different women because they are lacking intimacy? And one, because they did not get it growing up, and two, now they're not even getting it from the female.
Or they just want different intimacy.
Yeah.
I'm going to let them talk, but I'm going to answer that question for them. No. They want different girls because it is hardwired into our DNA to pursue variety. That's it. There's no overarching scheme, there's no grand conspiracy. We want what we want because we've been doing it for thousands of years. It gets no simpler. What say you, oh great Myron?
Well, I don't think. Well, personally, I can't speak for a male. I don't know how they function.
They
Right?
don't
I can only
understand
speak
the
for
levels.
myself. I can only speak for myself. But I just think that if we kind of fulfilled our men, right, by giving them peace and giving them, more than just sex, then maybe our men will not cheat on us because they will be able to be. Or is that not a thing still?
She's just not getting it. She's looking at the world through female rose-colored glasses. Now, does every man go through those things? No. Deep down inside, they want to. If they could pull it off, they would. But a lot of guys don't do it because either they can't or they won't. The ones that won't do it, that's the prize. But are those men actually sought after? Do women want the type of man? Not really. There's a song, I forget who did it, but the song is, "Why do good girls like bad boys?" And that's true. They don't want the good guys till later when they're late 20s, early 30s. The marketplace changes. They're no longer the hot summer girls that they used to be. It's now they feel, now they'll settle for an average guy. And they'll get married because of the simp culture. There are guys who say, okay, well, she's not as bad as she was before, but she's still bad, so I'm going to get it. And I'm going to tell her whatever she needs to hear in order for me to get it. Problem is that one of the guys that she was ran through by during her 20s, she imprinted on. That was the best she was ever going to get. And every guy afterwards is judged against him. And it's really, really hard, if not impossible, to live up to that standard. Which is why so many relationships fail. Because you were messing with something. You were messing with something you had no business messing with. You were doing things you had no business doing. You were in situations you had no business being in. And they're all choices. And those choices have their outcomes. The action, hot girl summer. The reaction, no, I'm not going to buy Wi-Fi. Recreational use only. Let's get back to it.
How you think, how you feel.
No,
but-
I'm
I'm
asking.
I know. But let's be real.
Trying to
right?
understand.
After you're with a girl and that emotional connection is there, obviously you love her, you're gonna be with her. But every now and then you just want some strange. It's just like, is it our nature or whatever? Like,
Yeah, I
don't know.
mean.
But you said it too, though. You said, sorry to interrupt. You said emotional connection, and is that really healthy by having emotional connections?
Yeah,
Or
because I can still love my girl and cheat if I wanted to. I come with her like
It's not cheating, though.
Let nothing happen. Like it's not like hard.
Yeah, it's very difficult for
Before I get into her face, which is like, yeah, right, buddy, whatever. That's very true. A man could love his woman with all of his heart and still step out from time to time. I was horny, she was there. She was better than my hand. And you love her. You take the ultimate sacrifice for her. You die for her. There's no greater honor. Because you got an itch that you just can't scratch. You saw that girl out there. In the moment, she looked good. You approached her. You shot your shot. And you scored. And you left with her after the club. And you had your way with her. Right after you have your climax, comes the phenomenon known as post-nut clarity. Because you see, up to that point, you don't see straight. All you can see is box. I'm going to get it. Oh, this is good. Oh, this. Ah! Oh, whoa, wait, what am I doing? But that's a story for another day. And I said that because all the while, Miss Thought is laughing her head off.
for women to fathom it, and I can already see like when you're asking the question that you're almost in the back of your mind, you're like, how do you even know why I'm asking this? But it's very difficult for women to fathom that because for you guys, sex comes as a byproduct of an emotional connection to some degree or some kind of real arousal. For men, it could be, oh, she's hot, let's do this right here, right now. You don't even got to know her name. But for a woman, she needs to know the name, maybe know a little bit about you.
But that just shows to me that you're not a focused man, though. If that's
No.
what...
Incorrect. Women get turned on like a volume knob, nice and slow. Men get turned on like a light switch. Our attraction triggers are very different. So for a man, right, if I see a hot girl, I want to do it. But that does not necessarily mean I don't love my girl. However, on the other side, for a woman, If you cheat on your guy, I already know for a fact you don't love him anymore. You don't care because it takes a woman.
No, I agree with that,
She
for
has to
sure.
get to a certain point
I agree.
emotionally and mentally to be able to cheat on her man. But a man does not even need to go a quarter of that to get sexual gratification from a woman. It's very physical for us. It has nothing to do with emotion.
She don't.
So
It's not fair. It's not right. It's not just. It just is. It's the only double standard that current men enjoy that women don't. And it's for the reasons that he said. That's why women fall out of love anywhere from 1 to 3 months before they actually break up. They're already checked out. Let's see if we can find out when this woman gets Frank Castled.
So going back to what I was saying,
I have such a question.
Hold on, let me finish. So going back to what I was saying, because men typically our fulfillment comes from making money, being successful, being respected by our peers, etc. And then girls are just the cherry on top, you know. And that's why a big thing we teach on our podcast. We tell guys you need to get your fulfillment from what you create, not from chasing women. The women are a byproduct of you chasing your success. The reason why I don't care is because they're not our target audience. So if they're not our target audience, which our target audience is men between 15 to all the way up to 50, men, yeah, because this is a men's podcast.
I was genuinely curious.
Number one men's podcast in the world, right? We talk about dating, relationships, making money, etc. We have Money Monday, Womanizer Wednesdays, and Finish Fridays, right? We help guys with self-improvement. So our target audience aren't these women. So not only did they take a clip out of context, now they're sending me a bunch of hate messages, and it's funny because they send me messages like saying that I'm gay, you know, I'm Indian, I'm not even black, I'm an Uber driver.
Yeah.
They say I'm racist, but they come back and shout a bunch of homophobic slurs at me and call me gay or whatever it is, and say worse things. So, but to me, I look at it like I don't care, and
Go on and laugh, sister. Go on and laugh.
I'm not going to sit here and apologize for what I said because that's what they want. They want you to bend the knee. They want you. We're going to cancel you. They want to try to force you to get a reaction and apologize. And I'm like, fuck you guys, because you're not our target audience. I don't care what you got to say. And quite frankly, you're taking a clip and putting it out of context and crying about it. And I'm not going to sit here and apologize to a bunch of people I don't care about, especially when they took that clip out of context and want to come in with the victim mindset, like, you offended me. But they're not going to clip the parts where I make fun of everybody else. They're selectively getting triggered. And the other thing, too, is that I look at it crazy because Lonnie Love, for example, she's made a bunch of videos talking shit about us. I'm not going to go over to her Instagram and say, you fucking bitch, fuck you, da-da-da, and tell people to go report her shit and comment and say all this shit. I don't care. I just continue on. Like, it is what it is. No one cares. But if I say something, they come over looking at our content, trying to get triggered, and it's almost like they watch our content, get triggered, and then want to comment. And I'm like, why? Why are you even here on this side of the internet when this content is not designed for you?
Stay over there.
Like, stay over there, bruh.
Do you
He's speaking facts. And if you notice, Miss Thought over here is laughing, making faces, all this stuff. Being contrary to the flow of the show. How much longer do you think it'll be before she's shown the door?
see
Can
how
I
what
say
she's-
something, please, as a Black American woman?
Let her finish her point first.
Yeah.
And you heard her, she's off camera, but you heard, please, let me say something as a Black American woman. Nobody cares about you being Black or American. You're a female on the show. End of story. You're on the show for entertainment value. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it 1,000. You're on this show because you provide value in the form of entertainment. You're one of 7 or 8 girls. You can be replaced. Let's continue.
Hold on,
I was just
Bobby.
gonna say, like, you don't see how that could be offensive. Like, you're just in denial. Like, that's not offensive.
I
at
don't
all.
care because here's the thing. The world does not owe you understanding. There's racist people. There's biased people. There's assholes everywhere, right? I'm not going to go around and look at like KKK documentaries where they make fun of Arabs and blacks and get triggered and be like, this is fucked up, and then leave a hateful comment. I understand that the world is a cold and hateful place at times, right? Obviously, we're doing it from a comical sense, but I'm, going to the extreme. So I can't control how people perceive me. I can't change stereotypes. It is what it is. So I don't care. Like being offensive, like this goes to show the crazy world that we live in, where people have the luxury, and I'm going to double down on this luxury, to go on the internet on their 4K, internet connection, right? Look at videos in 1080p, get offended, and cry about it when we got kids over here that can't even drink clean water, don't have access to food, don't even know what the internet is, don't have running power, etc. Only
I can find no fault with his logic. Especially when he broke it down. He's saying that you are getting triggered with your 1080p video and your 4K streams, and you're getting triggered about something when you got children living in squalor. I don't hear you complaining about that at all. You're not complaining about that. You're complaining about something that means nothing in the total scheme of things. I said it before and I'll say it again. Howard Stern said it the best. If you don't like what I'm saying, tune me out. If enough people stop watching me, I'll go away. And he said that over 20 years ago. Closer to 30. Maybe even 40, I don't know. Regardless, he said that a long time ago. And he's still in the air. So, and there's still people that hate him. Haters gonna hate. But I feel the end is near for a ratchet lady.
in the United States and the West in general do we have the luxuries of being offended over words? Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, it really, who cares? And it's like, we make content to be entertaining, funny, etc. And if we offend some people, it is what it is. But we make fun of everyone equally.
Okay.
So I can't control how people feel and their emotions. All I can do is make our content for our people, understand that people are going to get triggered and want to cancel us. And it is what it is. It comes with the territory.
Yeah.
Okay, can I speak now, please?
Does that
Or you
might not like my answer, but that's how it is.
I don't, but I wanted to have your answer like straight from you.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
in other words, we basically say to all the people that don't like our content, fuck your feelings. We don't make content for you. Go cry somewhere else.
Okay,
Because
so
we don't make content
I'm
for
not
sensitive
crying.
people.
I just had
no,
a
no,
question.
not you. Not you. I'm saying to the detractors that
he's saying to the black woman.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
to everybody that gets mad, because it's not just black women that complain, it's a bunch. I'm just saying that the majority of the haters in my DMs tend to be African American women.
And also, just a side note,
Because
we
you're
don't hate
talking
black
about
women, by the
them,
way.
duh.
Yeah, not at all.
We
Not
don't-
at all.
Okay, no, I don't feel like y'all hate women, but at the end of the day, you can't say we're not making content for black women when you mention us so goddamn much. I'm
We're
gonna
actually
speak,
really
and I
talking about
hope
them.
No, you're right.
y'all interrupted me right now. Can I speak?
Good.
Here she goes. Now, she's been contrary all night. Laughing, rolling her head, rolling her eyes. Disagreeable. Contrary. All night. Now she's got the floor. What she should do is she should speak her piece, be to the point, concise, and brief. Then yield the floor back. Yield the floor back. Ooh. New mouth, low miles. That's what she should do. Does she do it? Spoiler alert. Nah.
All right, Bobby, go ahead.
Well, you're making
Thank you.
you're making
Let me be
statements that
Bobby.
aren't true.
Can Bobby speak? Because y'all kicked Bobby off for motherfucking
All right, Smarter,
speaking
go
while
ahead.
y'all
All right, go ahead.
talking.
I'm just saying you're
Right.
making incorrect statements, but continue.
Good.
So can I speak without getting interrupted right
Yeah,
now?
Smarter, go ahead.
Okay. Yes, Miss Murder is about to continue. So like I was saying,
Mister.
it's a difference when you can say I'm speaking on black women, but my content is not for you, but what are you getting famous for is speaking on black women. So at that point,
She's an idiot. Because she made a cardinal sin in podcasting etiquette. She doesn't care about what he said. She's going to make her point. Come hell or high water, she's going to make her point. Keep digging that hole, girl. Keep digging that hole.
you feel me? Besides that, you feel me? Like I just wanted to kind of more or so get at the point of, like we do us, we live us, whatever. I don't give a damn about what nobody got to say about black women or us or whatever because we're godly. So
What'd I tell you? We don't give a damn about nobody else. Then why are you talking? You just got through saying that you feel he's attacking you, but then the next breath you say you don't care. Which one is it? If you don't care, shut the fuck up. You don't care. So why are you talking?
whatever y'all say is not going to affect my life or any other black woman's life because we are a part of God. We are a part of this earth.
And yet you talk the way you talk. You feel me? I'm not saying that people shouldn't speak the way they want to speak. What I am saying is that there's a time and place for everything. And talking this way to keep it real, air quotes there, isn't a good look. You're feeding into every negative stereotype there is. You're loud. You're overbearing. You're obnoxious. You're crass. You're rude. You're illiterate. You're incoherent. That's 7 things right up top of my head that I can see is wrong with you. And yes, you want people to take you seriously? I beg to differ. Go on.
So we're all connected, you feel me? So whatever y'all say is just y'all putting y'all words into this earth and this planet. Whatever religion, race, or whatever you might be, go ahead and put your words into this earth because I set my intentions and I set my words and they all positive and they all affirmations for me.
And again, podcasting 101. Be concise. You'll be going on for about 5 minutes. Be brief. That's going. Get to the point. You're still waffling. Let me land. You feel me? Thank God, no, I don't. And I don't want to. You are all that's wrong with our women. I can close my eyes, I can see you, and I shudder.
Feel me? They're not. I don't speak against no other race or whoever because that's y'all. Y'all can believe or feel how y'all want to feel. You feel me? Like it's not really why y'all talking about black women and this and that? You feel me? It's just more so of it's a difference between just like y'all.
We are going on 6 minutes since this diarrhea, this word vomit, this word salad began. I still don't know what she's talking about. Not really. I can guess to what she's talking about. But there's so much doublespeak and contradiction, I can't be sure. If I'm producing this episode, I now have my eye on her. Because she's broken several etiquette rules to the podcast. She's broken the top 3 easily. She's also interjecting, and she's over talking. Now, to their credit, they're letting her go. They're letting her speak. I don't know if I'd had that patience.
I feel a woman from your culture can't understand. I mean, a woman who's not from your culture can't understand your culture. I feel the same way. A man who is not Black American cannot feel the same shit or understand the same things that I do.
What in the name of decency does that have to do with the cost of tea in China? What? Verbal diarrhea. That's going to be a new term on this show. Verbal diarrhea. And it just won't stop. It just won't stop. Someone shut her up, please. She's talking at this point just to hear herself talk. There is no longer any coherent thought coming out of her head. You feel me? None. And I don't understand why they're letting this go. I mean, on the one hand, I see because it's entertainment value. She's making a fool of herself in front of thousands and thousands of viewers. Comedy gold. You can't make this shit up. The jokes practically write themselves. And you can see Myron's like, oh, God, here we go. This is funny. This is funny. And he's going to have that look right up to the point where he's no longer funny.
You cannot feel or understand the
20
same
seconds.
things that I do because you're not in my position. You've never been in my position. You feel me? You're speaking from where you're from and your experience there. Just like a lot of these women are speaking from their experience from wherever,
15 seconds.
they may be from.
Okay.
See, just real quick. Here's the fucking problem, right? Here's the fucking problem.
Oh shit.
Okay. Fresh doesn't normally curse. He's cursing now. He's dropping F-bombs. Go ahead.
On the platform.
Right.
No. Listen, right. This is all I'm gonna say. We give everyone a fair chance. Black, white, Asian, we don't care, right? Here's the problem. When black women come on the platform, right? They make themselves look crazy. We never say to y'all.
So Selena Powell didn't come over here and make herself
hold
look
on.
Let
crazy.
her
And what
finish,
race is
Papa
she?
Hold on.
Right? He ain't cut you off, right?
Y'all say we hate black women, right? We don't make you guys act a certain way. Y'all come on the platform, y'all act crazy. Do we want that? Hell no. When y'all come on and act crazy, what do you expect? They're gonna say, oh, is this how black women are? And you get mad at us for saying, yo, this is why we don't want to date ratchet black girls, because you act crazy. So our thing is, look, we're just saying, look, if you had a choice to make a preference, I'm not gonna date a Shaniqua or LaShonda. That's what we're saying. Do we hate black women? Hell no. My mom's black, my sister's black. I date black women as well. I'm just saying, if I had to make a choice, and you act this way, I'm not dating your ass.
She could have.
I can't believe. I'm flabbergasted. Because that's it in a nutshell. We don't hate you. We like you. We really do. We just won't date you. And we won't date you because of the negative stereotypes that you seem to love to reinforce. How can you be a black queen when you constantly disrespect your so-called king? How could you be a black queen when you have no king? when the princes and princesses entrusted to your care grow up to be anything but princes and princesses? How? Full disclosure, I married a white woman. Going on 27 years now. And before I married her, I was dating everybody with the main focus on black girls. You know what changed my mind? You know what swung me over to the other side? Is that black girls wouldn't talk to me unless I was on point. White girls would. My, at the time, girlfriend saw something in me that I really didn't see. I was still in the process of building myself back up. And she said, there's something with him. There's something in him. I'm going to hang around and see where it goes. And I didn't disappoint. I married who I married because she gave me peace. She gave me focus. She gave me purpose. She did the little things that mean so much to me. That's why. That's the only reason why. Well, not only. That's one of the main reasons why. Let's get back to seeing this chick get kicked off.
But you sitting here dealing with fucking Selena Powell and motherfucking whoever else, but you're not sitting here like Shaquanda. Can I finish? Can I finish though?
And then guess what?
Okay, well, so
guess what? She left. She got kicked
Selena
out.
Powell got kicked out.
Right, but you don't hold every Hispanic or white girl as like
we do
to contempt as you did her. You don't,
Bobby. We booted
you don't.
out.
But you can look at a black woman and one black woman and be like, oh, well, all black women like this.
Now we're getting into trouble. Aaron Chris Paxson, otherwise known as Chris, the producer, is trying to maintain order. Never a good look. Because once he gets involved, the if you get kicked out becomes when, which is never a good look. But she is so in her feelings. She has such a need to be right that she's blinded to common sense, reason, and logic. She can't see it. All she can see is making her point. Let's see where that lands you.
But
Let her finish her point. Let her finish her point.
Thank
Continue.
you.
Continue.
But you don't do the same thing to any other race. It's different when it's a black woman. Like y'all were speaking the other day. I watch y'all shit. So it's not like I'm just speaking from fucking nothing. I'm speaking from knowledge. So I'm watching y'all, you feel me? And y'all telling a Hispanic woman, oh yeah, or a white girl, people don't say white girl or black girl. That shit is a lie. I work in Hispanic and white clubs. You feel me? And when Hispanic see black niggas on the floor, they gonna say, oh, it's some niggas out there. But when they see white men on the floor, they gonna say it's a man out there. It's some guys on the floor. You feel me?
What the fuck are you talking about? What? What are you talking about? You have such a need to be right that you're now talking completely out your ass. Hey, she talking out the side of her neck. If I asked you to repeat what you just said, you couldn't. But you're triggered. And full disclosure, they kick out a myriad of girls. The predominant amount of them are black. However, they're kicked out because they don't know how to act. Much like you don't know how to act. You have no idea how to act in civilized society. She belongs to the streets, for sure.
They speak about us different. So it's like y'all can't sit here and say, oh, they don't talk like this, they don't act like that, because they do. But they don't do it in front of y'all. They don't do it in front of the boys. They do it in front of girls because they don't give a fuck about us. Because y'all don't give a fuck about us. But
now you're mad. At this point, I kick her out. At this point, you got to go. You're in your feelings. You're being contrary to the flow of the show. You're being argumentative for the sake of being argumentative. You outlived your usefulness. You got to go.
But yeah, continue.
Question.
I'm done.
Everyone here, have we treated any of you differently on the show? Have we said to you, oh, because you're this color, sit over?
Do any of y'all look like me? And I doubt it. Y'all don't, because I'm looking at y'all.
But did we treat you fairly?
But continue.
Hold on, question for you. Did we treat you poorly? Exactly. Why is that?
Yeah, y'all did treat me poorly. Last time I was here, old girl that was here, when I called her out on her bullshit about her being a fucking prostitute, y'all tried to play me like I was motherfucking saying some dumb shit. And no, this bitch sell pussy.
No.
I was just saying the bitch sell pussy, but she couldn't say it.
Listen, wait.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, fresh.
This is the second time Chris has had to interject. As I told you, it's not if, it's when.
Wait, hold on.
Well, P,
First of
what's
all,
a word can I say for that?
I invited you back to the podcast, right? Treated you nicely, spoke to you, smiles and everything. You DM me, right? Correct?
Right, but if y'all want to be honest on the podcast and be truthful, why didn't you want me to be truthful? You don't want me to come in here and lie. If you want me to come in here and be on some bullshit,
don't cut me off.
Then not be on some bullshit.
Don't cut me off. Right. And I
You
warned
like me,
you
Chris,
multiple times.
So call me Bobby all you want to. You must like man then.
All right.
You got to go. The man is speaking to you properly. He's addressing you properly. He's trying to tell you the situation leading up to the point where we are now. But no, you can't have that. You are now knee deep in your feelings. Not just knee deep, you are totally deep. And by God, you're going to say your point. At this point, I'm going to physically remove her from the show. Get out. I will say that the gentlemen that comprise the staff of Fresh and Fist, up to and including the hosts, have real thick skin. And not because I have thin skin. It's because, as I said, she provides no purpose for the show. And her entertainment value has worn alarmingly low. It's no longer entertaining. It's now annoying. She's outlived her usefulness. Let's continue.
Hey, well, hey, listen, I don't like you.
You love me. Stop playing.
All right, anyways. Long story short, the whole podcast, the chat wanted to boot you out. It was half and half. I kept you on, right? We fuck with whoever you want to come on the podcast, but just respect the fucking platform.
I'm sorry. I'm going to sit back and
Bobby,
shut up like
chill,
I was
all right?
doing.
Don't talk over me, okay? And listen, I grew up in Overtown, in the hood.
I grew up in Michigan.
Overtown, long story short, those
Detroit.
niggas, like, they leave the fucking place a mess, right? So listen, take care of yourself. Like Myron said, it's a victim mindset.
The
right?
North is different from the South, but yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
And then one more thing regarding we need black women to go viral. We don't. What happens is though we bring them on, show them love like everybody else, and then they go crazy and it goes viral. We don't want that to happen, but it just
100.
happens. Before every show,
Because black women are shit. We godly.
I let you talk, right? Mm-hmm. Before every show, we say, you know what? Hey guys, respect the platform. If you have a comment you want to make, wait your turn. You show everyone the same love. If you act out, then you make black women look bad yourself. We're not making you look.
That's it. You make black people look bad. You confirm the stereotype. Black girls are hyper aggressive. They're maniacal. They're overbearing. They're rude. They're illogical. And there you are, checking every box. You are the poster child for the stereotypical black girl. The poster child. And you be the first one crying, why don't they respect me? Because you don't deserve respect.
Look bad at all. So you're doing it to yourself every single time. We don't do it to y'all at all.
You're right.
So
I'm just saying, like we don't.
So there were a couple things she mentioned that I'll address right now. So number one, Selena Powell, she got kicked out. Okay. So I don't know. That's a terrible example to use. She got kicked out along with her white friend.
After so long.
Is
after
that
she
those two girls that be on that show all the time?
Can I finish?
Disrespect the shit out of y'all. Tell y'all to shut up and
Hey,
all
listen.
types
Can I
of shit.
finish?
And y'all,
Bobby,
Can I
it's
finish?
2 hours
Right.
into the podcast.
I'm
and
Bobby because I'm a
sit-
black woman, but
and
these
you
bitches
sit
tell
here.
y'all to shut up and all.
Shut up. This girl's laughing because she knows what's coming. This is very funny to her. And she doesn't see it. Because she's so in her feelings. There is no reasoning with her. There's no having a logical discussion. Because she's past that. That's the danger in this podcast business, because you run into situations where a guest may no longer operate in reason. Forget about logic. Reason. A reasonable person would be say your piece and be done with it, and then let them talk. Listen to what they said. If there's any relevance to you, use it. She doesn't see it. I'll go so far as to say she can't see it.
Type of shit and y'all don't say nothing. They tell y'all fuck y'all and everything. You feel me? But
Okay, you had something real quick, and then I'm gonna finish. Go ahead.
It's real simple. I don't like y'all calling her Bobby. I really don't.
That's
No,
fine.
it's me as a chat.
it's black shit.
Oh,
you
but I
feel
still
me?
don't like
Yeah.
it.
So-
I don't like it. It just makes me uncomfortable.
All right, well that's
Big
fine.
Big vibes. And
So anyway,
it's
I haven't
facts.
called her Bobby. I'm just I'm
But still.
addressing her situation,
I
the
am.
chat and Chris's, but
It's all right, mama. Look, that's
I'm
just how
paying
they
so-
do it.
Everybody's
I've
their
learned
own
that.
man,
That's why
so
I've been
if you
like
like it,
this.
fucking leave.
Your name.
My name is Alexis.
I don't feel like we should be calling her Bobby.
It's okay.
I
look.
don't give a fuck.
It's
Next.
okay.
Never
I ain't
mind.
tripping on nobody.
Okay, but would
Now Chris is triggered. Here's the hive mindset mentality. This one here is saying, I don't think you should call her Bobby. To which Myron says, I haven't called her Bobby. The chat and Chris have called her Bobby. I have not. And that should be the end of it. No, she's going to twist the knife herself, egging her on. We know her name now is Alexis.
you want to be called
No,
something that's your-
no. If this is like old girl said, if this was make them feel
Like the
good,
video,
you
guys.
feel me?
I don't
Say
like
whatever
Bobby.
they say,
I don't
So,
that shit don't make
Alexis,
me feel no type of
I'm not a
way.
fan.
Alexis,
Y'all
so-
stare at me,
Thank
so I
you.
know I'm a
So let
fine
me
ass
finish.
bitch.
Let me finish
so
what I was
that
saying.
whole motherfucking
The
bother
chat,
me.
the chat calling her Bobby. It is what it is, Chris. They're having fun with it. But
Okay.
all right,
They
so
called the other black girl Bobby the
But
other
wait,
day.
he
Like I
called
said,
you
I
like-
watched the show.
Wait, hold on.
So I seen them
Wait,
do that when
he
it was
said
another
your
black
name, he
girl
said your
long
name,
hair.
So let's listen. What?
Interjection, over-speaking, over-talking, being disagreeable. Have to have the last word. And got to make a point. It's gone beyond verbal diarrhea. If such a thing actually exists. And it must, because she's already there. Once again, it's not a matter of if she gets kicked off, it's when. And this is about 10 minutes into the diatribe. She's still here, which give a shout out to Fresh and Fit because Fresh wants her out. And you can tell he wanted her out because he dropped the F-bomb before he started speaking to her. And it comes from a place of frustration.
You feel me?
All right, can I get my thought across without
it ain't
being
reading the
interrupted?
chats, it's me watching the show. On,
All right, you gonna let me talk?
Oh, sorry,
Are you gonna let me talk?
Sorry, go ahead.
All right, so you mentioned a couple things. First, you mentioned that we have girls in here acting crazy or whatever. With all due respect, you're acting crazy right now and you're still on the platform. That's number one.
Facts.
Number two, when we had Selena Powell and her friend on, a white girl, we kicked them off the show because they were disrespecting the platform. Cool. We kicked off many women off the show, right? From different races, etc. We kicked off many. It just so happens, right? No action of our own, that when we kick out African American women sometimes, they act crazy and it ends up on World Star. And that's not us making it happen. That was their own actions.
Because why don't you shut up and let him talk? And he's saying nothing that I haven't already said. They kick off everybody. They kick off black people more because black girls do not act. That's it. Black people in general. I can't even say black people because black men wouldn't act this way. Not for those. Are you going to get someone to act this way? Sure. And that's partly their fault because they introduced alcohol to the league. These girls have been drinking for hours. Loosens the tongue. They get in their feelings. And this is what happens.
Y'all be kind of.
Can you let me finish?
Go ahead.
So they act wild on their own, and then it gets picked up by World Star, Shade Room, etc. We do not pay for promo. It gets picked up, okay? So it isn't us. It's their own actions that lead to it going viral, not us. No, man, let me finish.
I said when you done.
Yeah. So anyway, now, second thing, you mentioned I don't know anything about being black or whatever it is. Let me make something extremely clear to everyone. I was born in the United States, okay? And I get it from two ends because I'm Muslim, I'm Arab, and I'm black. So after 9/11, not only was my family attacked multiple times because of my background, my mom covering her hair, etc., I also dealt with the racism and the stereotypes of being black as well. I walk into a store, they think I'm going to steal, okay? I go into an establishment, they don't want to necessarily give me service. And then I'm also being called a terrorist, Saddam Hussein, Osama bin Laden, ha ha ha.
And she laughs. And look at this chat in the bottom here. Bobby making herself a clear example of the type of black women avoid more and more. Combative, uncouth, and too masculine. And to clear it up, I'll say Bobby making herself a clear example of the type of black women men avoid more and more. Combative, uncouth, and too masculine. You could add on several other adjectives. Disagreeable, hyper-aggressive, all those, and many others that I'm not even thinking about right now. And she's laughing because she doesn't even fucking see what she's doing. This is what I mean by she's totally deep. She's made her bed. And now she's going to double, triple, and quadruple down on it. Knowing this can't end well for her. It can't. At all.
You got, you know, your uncle Hussein got killed in 2003, Saddam Hussein, etc. So I dealt with a lot of bullying because of my race. So I definitely know what it's like to be African American in the United States, and I know what it's like to be a Muslim, etc. So I get both. All right. So, you don't want to
No, it's just pissing me off, and I just want
Can
to
I
go
finish?
to the bathroom. I'm listening, but
So,
it's like white vigility type of shit.
no, but I'm not gonna sit here and be a victim. I'm gonna finish my point. Like,
That's
I'm
what
not
you're
gonna sit here and be
giving
a
me
victim.
right now.
I
It's
went through that.
victim type
I went
shit.
through that, and I'm not gonna sit here and be like, it's fucked up. I'm being oppressed. Blah blah blah. What did I do? I decided I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna speak better.
That's what you
I'm gonna
giving me.
destroy the stereotypes about what I
That's
look
what you're
like.
giving me. What black person
So-
do you know that sit here and say like, I'm just a victim?
Bro, just go to the bathroom. Just go to the bathroom.
You
I'm gonna
feel
finish
me?
my point. Just go to the bathroom.
The
Just go to
fucking
the
third
bathroom.
time
I'm
you
gonna
going to
finish my
bathroom.
point, bro.
The third time.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, but y'all making
So-
me like upset right now, and I'm fucking.
The third time. All right, go ahead.
Okay, you can
be
cry.
upset.
Go-
hey, yo,
go
hey,
cry.
yo, be mad.
Like, yo.
Be mad.
I'm not mad. I'm never mad, but y'all disrespecting.
I don't know. You sound triggered to me.
Oh my God.
You sound triggered to me.
This is comedy, bro.
You can't make this shit
yeah,
up,
you
bro.
can't make this up, bro.
You can't make this
You
up,
can't
bro.
make this up,
Softly with
bro.
her
Oh my
song.
goodness.
Bro.
All right, Bobby. All right, you good? All right, go to the bathroom.
Oh my god.
Go to the bathroom.
Yeah, just go to the bathroom.
Don't
bro.
like Bobby.
So I'm
I
gonna
don't like
finish my point for everyone else that's listening. All 9,000 y'all. Like the goddamn video, by the way, because I'm losing
Channel,
hair
man.
follicles. So, and I talked about this on academics. Like, I had every excuse to sit here and cry and complain, and I'm being stereotyped and everything else, blah blah blah. I decided, fuck that shit. I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna get educated. I'm gonna change the stereotype because I can't choose how people feel about me when they first meet me. The only thing I could do is prove the stereotypes wrong, and that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? I ended up going to school, got a college education, ended up working for the feds, right, as a Muslim Arab speaker, right, like go against the grain, and I proved the stereotypes wrong, and it is what it is. So it's your choice whether you're gonna sit there and cry and say the man is oppressing me, or you're gonna go against the grain, destroy the stereotypes, and become a better version of yourself.
I challenge every black person within the sound of my voice. I challenge you to try to walk the walk or try to walk the talk that Myron has. There's a reason why people like myself are looked at differently. Because we don't fit into your pigeonhole. We don't fit into your little box. I speak with an education because my mother and father instilled in us, myself and my three brothers and one sister, my two brothers and sister, sorry. We got instilled how to talk, how to act, how to move. I speak like I have intelligence because I do have intelligence. Speak to me wrong, that's on the other side. That's when the other guy comes out. I don't like him, but he's a part of me. Try to break the stereotype. You'll fail more times than you succeed. I fail multiple times a day. But when I do get it right, oh boy.
That's how I look at it. I don't have a victim mindset because I have every excuse to sit here and cry and say, I'm black and I'm Arab and they institutional racism and all this other fuck shit. Nah, man. My parents came here. My dad got robbed plenty of times working as a cab driver in New York City, etc. We got out the mud just like everybody else. It's just that we understood that we're in the #1 country in the world when it comes to opportunity, and we're not going to fucking forfeit that opportunity to cry and say I'm a victim. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? You have a choice to make. You can either take the victim mindset and cry about your situation or improve. And I chose to improve, and I'm not going to sit here and cry about it. Okay.
That's the contradiction that we blacks face today as a society. And that's why it behooves you to walk the line. Don't forget where you come from, but always keep your eye on where you want to go to. We have been victimized over 400 years. Yes, we have. But it's nowhere near as bad as it used to be. And every time we break the stereotype, every time we prove him wrong, that's a step closer to equality. True equality. The greatest song that no one ever heard was Stop the Violence by the East Coast All-Stars. And there's one verse where Heavy D says, they say we're animals. I don't agree with them. You call me, I say you're wrong, but right is what you're proving them. I'll say it again. They say we're animals. I don't agree with them. I say they're wrong, but right is what you're proving them. Then this goes earlier in the song. You're talking about closing discos and shooting people up in the streets and all this other stuff like that. And the overarching theme is you're headed for self-destruction. More people actually need to fucking listen to that song. I mean, really, really listen to it. Because, yeah, the beat's all right. You can dance all night to it, but they're spitting truth. A little bit more, and then we're going to give it, I don't know.
Okay? That's the reality. So, this is comedy,
crazy,
bro.
man.
Yeah, it's wild, bro.
It's turning into like a race podcast.
Yeah,
Bro,
it's turning into a race podcast, bro.
Like, goddamn.
Yeah, like
I don't know,
like if we didn't like black women, we wouldn't bring them on the platform. We wouldn't have them on the show. We wouldn't date them, etc. We're not saying we don't date black women. It's just that it doesn't tend to be our preference. And why do y'all care so much about what we stick our dick in? Like, it's hilarious to me. Why? Oh my God, you made a joke.
Stick your?
There it is. I remember when my wife and I first met and we were dating. We were walking to Manhattan. We were walking down the street, and these two girls passed inside of us. And one mentioned to the other one, why's he got to take our man? Why's he got to take our man? I didn't hear it, so I didn't say anything. I was told about it later. And my first thought was, are you trying to talk to me? No. Then why do you care? What business of it is yours? You're not trying to date me. Even if you were, this is who I choose to be with. Get over it. Get over it. Get over yourself. She's taking our men. You ain't trying to talk to me. If I was by myself, you wouldn't give me a second look. But I got a white girl in my arm, so well, no. Now I'm wrong. Left to my own devices, I'd probably still be single. Or divorced. And I don't divorce.
Yo, dick.
Okay.
We like everybody. We like everybody. But
Everybody.
it tends to be that we typically don't date black women, and that's fine
you
because
don't.
it's crazy to me how we got like
You too?
What do you mean?
You don't date black women?
typically we don't.
Typically.
Typically.
You don't date black
If
women?
they act like that, hell no.
No. So, regardless of action,
What?
do you typically date black women?
Yeah.
Okay.
But if I had to choose, of probabilities,
Yeah.
probably be a different race.
And you know what, chat?
Really?
You know what it is.
You
So
prefer white?
Huh?
You prefer like white? Or...
My thing is, if you're gonna be loud and obnoxious, I don't care what race you are, I'm cool. I'm just saying, like, regarding my preference, hey.
But let's address the ridiculousness. Why does it matter what men want? When a woman says, I want a white guy, I'm a swirler, etc., no one bats an eye.
That's facts.
Serena Williams want to marry a white guy.
That's so true.
Candace Owens marries a white guy. No one cares. And we're never going to go over to their comment section and say, you hate your father. No, we don't give a shit. Do what y'all want. But it's only when black men say that I want to date outside my race that everyone cries and complains about it. It's ridiculous.
And the people that, as I said before, the people that complain about it don't want nothing to do with you in the first place. Why in the name of decency do you care? You don't. If push comes to shove, if you would ask yourself, find those women and ask them, would you date him? No. No, hell no. Okay. Then why the fuck do you care? Why are you so butthurt about who I'm talking to? This is an A-B conversation. See your fucking way clear of it. This makes me mad. This really, really makes me mad. Because this shouldn't be about race. And even then, you had people on this panel question, would you date a black girl? You wouldn't date a black girl? And as Byron said, why do you care? Why do you care?
I'm just going to say it. Y'all want to get mad? A lot of you black women have a victim fucking mindset. Stop crying. If guys don't want to date you, look at yourself. Am I obese? Am I annoying? Am I obnoxious? Etc. Most, 75% of African American women are obese or morbidly obese. So let's look at the facts. That's the truth. Least married race.
That's on Google?
That's a fact.
Yes,
These are facts.
Google
These
it
are
right now.
facts.
What?
These are facts. They have the lowest approval ratings on dating apps. So these are all
Okay,
facts.
at this point, I feel like we're just bashing black
No.
women.
Yeah,
Like,
we gotta change topics.
Hold on.
Quick, and it's not.
Stop.
Okay.
I'm not bashing anybody when it is a verifiable fact. These are true things. So I'm saying, if a black man says I don't date whatever, people get mad. But if a black woman says I only date white guys or I prefer this, no one bats an eye. Why is it when a man has preferences, it's considered discrimination, but when a woman has preferences, it's considered these are your preferences? It's a ridiculous double standard that no one stands up to. So I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna tell y'all, yo, as a guy, right? Anything you say that you like about women or dislike, it's automatically met as hate speech or whatever. No, we're just doing the same thing women do. Women have standards and preferences. Fine, nothing wrong with it. Guys can have it too. And if it tends to hurt someone's feelings, it is what it is, man.
Oh, fucking well. Oh, well. And there's a comment here, LT, some black women are the new white man towards their own black men. Stop playing the race card. It's not about playing the race card. It's never been about playing the race card. Because this is deeper than that. As Myron said, it's a preference. It's a preference. It is what it is. We're going to finish this up. We're going to, I don't know. Let's go back.
I'm not saying we don't like black women, we don't date them. I'm just saying on a balance of averages, if you were to take 10 girls that I've dated in the past, maybe 1 or 2 of them would be black versus the other ones would be other races. It is what it is, but why do people have such a problem with that? And if we make a joke on it, I don't see nobody saying shit. We're making fun of Becky's yesterday. Nobody said anything. Make fun of Asian
because
girls.
white
Nobody
because
says
white
anything.
women aren't like they don't go through the same things that black women go through.
Okay.
But how would you know though? You're not even black.
Yeah,
how would
like-
you know
I'm
what you go
mixed.
through?
I'm mixed.
So let me.
I'm mixed with black and white.
The point I'm trying to make.
I mean, I'm just saying. It's
The
like
point I'm trying to make is that we make fun of everybody. It's just that they choose to be triggered about it. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have our show. We're gonna have our fun. We're gonna make fun of everybody the same. That's all I'm saying. If they choose to get offended,
White
that's on
women
them.
aren't oppressed.
That's on. One are gone.
Chat.
Or one
You
of you
tell us,
guys
bro.
want to gone, or 2 of you guys wanted to stay. Let us know what you guys want.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What do y'all want?
need
Because at this
to
point,
help
like
y'all.
this
Sounds
is ridiculous.
Cause
One in the chat.
I be watching.
Definitely half black, but regardless, I can't believe.
Yo, you gotta talking to Mike.
I'm sorry. I'm just shocked that what did she say?
no. I said, how would she know how black people feel if you're not
Because
even
she's black.
Like me, I can't speak for black people how they feel because I don't know what they go through, right? So
Oh.
I didn't know.
I'm sorry that you couldn't tell, but she's definitely.
I mean, either light or I thought she was Hispanic, right?
You're not from the States, so yeah.
I mean, I don't know. She does not look
Either
black
way,
to me,
either
so-
way, everything I stated was a fact before, and then immediately your reaction was to say I'm bashing. I'm not bashing. This is all verifiable fact.
For a non-black woman to say that should speak volumes.
You weren't even here.
But she ain't wrong. She said, you
Are you
said
talking to me?
something.
We're
Yeah,
even
you
here.
said something before I even spoke. So that's all I'm saying.
Okay, so how are you
feel me?
offended? Please let me know
No,
so I can explain to
I'm
you.
not offended by you. I'm
So
just
what?
saying for a non-black woman to say like, well, hey, that kind of seems off. Before
I was the one who
I
said
said that shit, you was the one that said that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
my
not me.
Yo, stop.
remember I
Stop.
said
You weren't
that-
even
I
here.
remember I
You weren't
said
even
your
here.
eyes were beautiful
Yo,
earlier.
stop.
Okay.
You weren't even here.
Well, she's still non-black. I'm saying for a non-black woman to say that before I can even say something was enough. You feel me?
You
If
didn't
that
even hear
made
what
her
we were
feel
talking
some
about.
type of
Just
way-
stop.
I'm talking about before
So
I left.
all I'm
not
saying is
talking
that
about right
I was
now.
stating fact. I get it. You're gonna say I'm bashing, but I'm not bashing. I'm telling the truth.
No, and like, you can have your preferences. I completely agree with that, 100%. It's just that what you say about black women and what you say about white women hits different because white women aren't oppressed. That's what I'm saying.
You can agree to that a little
You
bit. You can agree to that. You can agree to that. No, he is.
So,
He can agree
it's
to that.
okay.
No, because
I don't trip on
I would
a man that
argue
ain't a
that in
black
today's day and age,
He almost agreed with that.
No, I'm not agreeing with that because in today's day and age, number one, women have more accesses and privileges than men do nowadays. And then if you take a black woman, she has certain privileges, accesses that not only she gets to enjoy, but men get to enjoy, and everybody else gets to enjoy. Because, like, let's be honest here, we got affirmative action, right? Women are black women are some of the most educated, right, of the races right now, right? They have a higher rate of going to college than black men do.
But you say
so
less.
they are not oppressed at all. Like, I would argue that in today's day and age of 2022,
at all.
if I apply for a job with an African American woman, she is going to be far more likely to get that job over me.
People are
Far more.
oppressed.
Okay, let me say one
Yo,
thing.
stop. Just stop. Me and her are talking.
Everybody
Nah.
else can speak but me. Okay,
Nah, because we're having a discussion now. You weren't even here, bro.
Everybody else can speak
You weren't
with
even
me.
here.
5
Even
minutes.
before I was
You're
gone.
hurting the quality of the
Time
show because you keep interrupting, interjecting, not adding points, just having
I'm gonna just
emotion.
be quiet for the rest of the show.
Then you know what?
We've gotten to the point where now Myra's had enough. Ladies and gentlemen, enter Frank Castle.
Yo, chat. What do y'all want, bro? Do y'all want her to stay? Frank, or do you guys want her gone?
Mm-hmm. Chat.
Or one
You
of you
tell us,
guys
bro.
want her gone, or two of you guys want her to stay. Let us know what you guys want.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What do y'all want?
need
Because at this
to
point,
help
like
y'all.
this
Sounds
is
soup.
ridiculous.
Cause
All right.
I
One in the
mean,
chat.
I be watching the show. I
All
don't
right,
usually
we
see
have
10,000
ones.
viewers around
We have
this
ones.
time.
We have
So,
ones.
Yeah, well, yeah, they want her out universally. All right,
All right,
you gotta
cool.
go.
That's
All right.
fine. Thank you for the 10,000 viewers because I watch the show
right,
on a
Bobby.
regular basis and I don't never see 10,000 viewers at this time.
And it's not because of you, trust me.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
It's not because of you.
So it happens when I'm on a show, but it's not because of me, right?
No,
It's not
because
because-
apparently
Right,
you
make it
don't watch it
make
often.
It's not because of you, trust
All
me.
right.
Make
Bobby,
it make sense.
you ready
it's
out?
because of you speaking the same shit you say.
No one knows who
every
you
time
are or
that
cares.
talk.
Let's go.
Yeah, but I'm saying some beautiful things.
No,
You feel me?
come
Because
on,
you're
let's
saying
go.
nothing but fucking opinions.
Okay.
You never say shit.
Give her her stuff.
You feel me? Yeah, get my shit already.
This is so sad that
I
we
know.
identify
Never
with
meant to
color.
offend you.
No,
I
girl,
know
you're
that
not
you
offending
know
me.
that
You're,
she's-
trust me, I do not get offended.
But I could tell.
No, that's
because I
valid though,
have-
because if I was white, then that would be valid.
If
That's
it
what I
were-
mean,
But
but
I could tell
I was
she's not.
surprised.
Even though she
Wait,
had
I was
blue
surprised
eyes.
you did not punch her. I was like, she's not the puncher.
Why would you punch
Oh
her?
no,
She's like, but you're not black.
I get
No,
that
no,
all the
because-
time.
Because honestly,
Yeah.
she does not
She
look black
has
to me
blue
at all.
eyes and everything.
Yeah,
but
it's
you know,
crazy
some
because
of
she's
black
sitting
girls do
here
look like
speaking on
that.
how she
I mean, I'm
feels.
confused though. Now that I know, so you would know. But I like, for example, okay, I can speak, but I wouldn't know what black
Yeah.
women feel like.
At the 2-hour, 11-minute mark, so over 2 hours into the podcast, and countless over talking, interjections, rude, crass, arrogant, disagreeable remarks, she's finally asked to leave. Pro tip: if you are truly enjoying the experience, you want to do everything in your power to make sure you stick to the end. If you don't care, there's your poster child. There's another one that we can get to. That we will quickly go over, and then we'll call it a night. Okay, here we go. Let's try and find it. Um, This thing we're looking for was on Just Pearly Things. Shout out to Just Pearly Things. And it is the first, and as I know of, only time that a woman has been asked to leave the podcast. I can't find it. I cannot find it. Okay. Wait a minute. I'll look real quick. There we go. Okay. I'm going to find out exactly where it is. Okay. Here we go.
Africa so bad because the top producer is South African. That's the reason.
I mean, I think.
Oh, I thought you
think
were
on this
South
podcast,
I'm not South
freaking,
African.
we
Why
know
are
who's
you
the
then?
worst, and that's white.
He's Zimbabwe.
White
You
people.
don't even know
Hey,
he's your friend.
hey, give me some white power.
No, I said
But I just said that because I just felt like some type of way of the way she addressed the whole Caribbean.
Okay. Here we go.
That's what we have to say.
You don't mug.
But that's what we have to say. You're just embarrassing yourself.
I'm embarrassing myself.
Stop. Okay, thank you. We're gonna go on to the next question. All right.
All right,
So-
you know what? I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tolerate disrespect. This might be your platform, but respect people
Okay.
when they come on your
Okay.
platform.
Okay. Goodbye. Go. 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 Okay. Because.
Listen, mind yourself, bro. You know what? I'm
Okay.
gonna rebound.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna rebound.
Okay.
I'm gonna rebound, bro.
I've
Be
disrespected
careful when you
you.
talk to
I
people.
disrespected
You don't know who you're talking
How
to.
did I disrespect
Be
you?
careful.
How did I?
First thing you call me bro, and then you said
I call everyone bro.
Yeah, don't call
I have
me
a
bro.
show here and I
Don't
call
me
everyone
I don't
bro.
call you bro. Don't
So
call
that's
me
why
bro.
she's angry. You're angry because I called you bro. I called the auntie bro and she's right next to me.
No, Auntie hates it. Auntie hates it.
Wow.
Auntie's told you long time. Auntie hates
We're
it.
in here on the podcast, but there's the streets as well, bro, innit? Mind yourself, bro. Mind yourself. Yeah, you're damn right. You're damn right, bro. You're damn right. And I'm gonna see how fucked out you are. Yeah? You little mug.
Bruh. Okay.
Okay. As you can see, she was combative. She was argumentative. She disrespected the flow and the spirit of the podcast and was asked to leave. And in true ratchet girl fashion, she decided to go out with in a blaze of glory, guns blazing. I just, I don't know. I just don't know. In closing, the people that got kicked off the podcast will not be asked to return. And to be honest and completely transparent, after this woman rails, rants, and raves, Esther gets kicked out too. Oh, yes, Esther. Oh, yes, Esther. Esther is the black girl with the long hair sitting next to Destiny. Let's watch this real quick, and then we'll close the show out.
Survived the Pearly Show. I don't think I've been on a fresh and fit.
We made it.
That's
So
funny.
I wanna
just
point.
literally can't believe that happened.
I wanna point out
Nah,
what you
it's good
said.
TV.
You said Africa is the best, but Nigeria is the best.
I'm Nigerian.
Oh,
I mean,
but
I think
she was ready for. Why were you saying you want to go South Africa so bad?
Because the top producer's South African. That's the reason.
I mean, I think.
Oh, I thought you
think
South
on this
African.
podcast,
I'm not South African.
we
Why
know
are
who's
you
the
then?
worst, and that's white.
He's Zimbabwe.
White
You
people.
don't even know
Hey,
he's your friend.
hey, give me some white power.
No, I said
But I just said that because I just felt like some type of way of the way she addressed the whole I'm Caribbean and you're African and I'm gonna speak. Like I just kind of it just rubbed me the wrong way. Like, it's not that deep. Like, do you know what I'm saying? I don't really understand why she left.
Caribbeans do that a lot to Africans, though. They think that they're better than Africans because they
I'm not
came
saying- I'm
here.
not- I'm not gonna say anything, but there's a lot of tension in that respect. But I just feel like obviously, bruh, at the end of the day, if you're really gonna take that as like, oh yeah, I'm gonna leave, I mean, that's up to you, innit? And I think, and anyone watching, anyone that's ever watched a video with me, or we do the podcast with the girls, I call everyone bro, everybody bro. It's not I'm especially being disrespectful to anyone.
I don't think you meant it like that, and I don't know. We're just gonna move on. I
mean, it is what it is.
But I think you should try and listen to people, though. I do think.
Let's not relitigate the whole thing.
I'm just saying because obviously two people.
Esther, you need to listen. You need to listen. Okay. So we're gonna close out the show. So any final thoughts? Please, 30 seconds or less. And you can plug in your social media where they can find you, whatever. So starting here and then go around.
Ooh, final thoughts. No, can we start on this side? I need to think about it.
Fine. Michael, do you want to start?
All right, big up to me. Nah, listen, King Rich is on YouTube. Go check out my channel. We got podcasts over there. We got shows, podcasts, reaction videos, everything.
All right, we're going past this a little bit.
Esther, it's disrespectful to overtalk a host on someone else's
if
show.
I'm like, Per, I'm talking. You need to listen.
Esther, because you talk.
But Per, I'm talking. It's my time to talk. It's my time to talk. How does that feel?
You talk the whole Esther.
How does that feel?
Esther, okay.
Per, but it's my turn. It's my turn to speak.
Okay, I'm gonna give you no time. I'm gonna give you no time. I'm gonna give you no time. All right, your turn. Go. Your turn. Okay, then get.
Stop.
Esther, go.
Please stop.
Esther,
maybe we didn't all survive.
Yeah, maybe we didn't.
Stop. Then get out. Okay. Then get out. I'm so tired. Esther, then get out. Then Esther, I don't care. Esther. Because you were being rude. Esther, go. Get out. Get out. Esther, get out. Get out. Get out of my apartment. Get out. Get out. No, get out. Get out.
I'm not gonna do that. Anywho,
Esther, no, your mic is muted. Get the fuck out of my apartment. Get out. You're gonna be disrespectful the whole goddamn show. Get out.
No.
Wow. Pearl dropped the F-bomb. It got real quick. Let's finish watching this and then we'll close it out.
Yeah, I'll call security. I'll literally call security.
Because that's very rude.
No, can you call security? No, because you are being rude. Because you are over talking me. Call security. Get her out.
Anyway, so you guys can follow me at Sophie.joyx on Instagram. I'm going to be doing a lot more podcasts and political media stuff. And yeah, I hope to... this was a lot of fun. And yeah, can't wait to do more.
Frank Castle's coming for you.
Oh my God.
It's gonna get taken.
No, I want to.
No, it's fine.
I want to. No, because it's not fair. I'm so sorry. You don't invite me into your house and then try to disrespect me by kicking me out. I am sorry. I'm going to have my voice. So if we're going to be here, security, we're all going to talk because we're not going to do that. That is very disrespectful. And that is that.
You can put it.
No, that's the ultimate disrespect. How dare you invite me to your house and then try to kick me out
because you won't fucking listen. That's why they're kicking you out. You won't listen. There's about 40 times that Pearl called your name. And you wouldn't listen. So now you got to go.
I'm trying to tell you how I feel about how you're treating me.
You're just embarrassing yourself.
I'm not embarrassing myself. It's just
Yes,
so
you are.
rude.
You're embarrassing yourself big time. You're embarrassing yourself so hard it's almost laughable. And it would be hilarious. It wasn't so freaking sad. This is what you guys have to deal with these days. And then they wonder why I said if something happens to my wife, I wouldn't date anymore. This is why. Because this is what I got to look for. This is what I got to choose. This is the bullcrap I got to deal with. So yeah, one time and out the door. How to survive a podcast. A successful podcast has a positive interaction between the podcasting host and you as the guest. There are rules of engagement. There's podcast etiquette that you need to abide by. Do you have to deal with that stuff? No. But be prepared for the fallback. If you don't want to act proper on a podcast, be prepared to be shown the door. And more damning, be prepared to be banned. Not long after that podcast I showed you, which is about 3 weeks ago, Esther was banned from JustPearlyThings. You gotta really, really, really piss off Pearl to get banned from her show. That is next level tomfoolery. And this is after she was kicked. She had problems with her before. Auntie's had problems with her before. And she continues. And then afterwards, she gets banned from the studio. In order to maximize your time on a podcast, just do as you're told. Podcasts are not a democracy. At all. When it's a male-run show, it's a patriarchy. When it's a woman-run show, it's a matriarchy. You need to abide by the rules. If you can't abide by the rules, prepare to get kicked out. And that'll bring this episode to a close. This was a long one, but I really wanted to get into and show you guys there's things leading up to people being removed from a podcast. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you just want to say hi, if you have an idea for a future episode, put it in the comments. The first thing you need to do is like the podcast. Like the stream. Subscribe to them if you want to follow more than one episode. If you want to access the entire catalog, subscribe to it. If you want to rock with the show and you want to show your support, share it. If you like it, chances are one of your friends will too. You want to take it a step further, show more love and support, consider a donation. We have Venmo, PayPal, and CashApp. The links are below in the description. Consider donations. And as always, this is OBJ, your humble, gracious, and now tired host, saying Peace to you all. Excuse me. Take care. Stay safe. Love each other. Do better. And good night. I